Hello and welcome to my Reading Rush vlog! Yeah! Oh, also, hey, it's Haley. Welcome to another bookish video. Okay, what's up? I did not think I was going to be participating in the Reading Rush until like 5 minutes ago. I had a lot of ambitious reading plans for this month and I was also really busy with school, so didn't think I was gonna get to this, but I am. I have a teeny tiny little TBR to show you before we get into the reading vlog, but I'm just happy that I'm participating at all, guys. I did not know if I was gonna be able to do this. So let's go ahead and get into the TBR and how I'm fitting the prompts. Spoiler alert, I'm like double, triple, quadrupling up on some of the prompts because your girl doesn't have that much time to read this week. Okay, so the first book that I'm reading for the Reading Rush actually fits 4 prompts. This book, I don't know, she's magical. She fits 4 prompts, and that is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I loved this movie. I've heard amazing things about this book. I've had it sitting on my shelves for a couple years now, I think, but you guys know me and YA. I've been resisting because I love the movie so much and I have all these great ideas about this book, and I don't want them to be kind of let down or me to be disappointed in this book at all because it's YA and I have a hard time getting into it. I don't know why. Younger characters, larger font, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to give this book a chance, partly because of some of the prompts. So the 4 prompts that this book is fitting into for the Reading Rush are: number 1, to read a book based on a movie that you've already seen but you haven't read the book. That fits perfectly for this. My boyfriend and I saw The Hate You Give movie as soon as it came out. I absolutely loved it. The girl who plays the main character, Star, I think is her name. Oh my god, phenomenal. So yeah, since I already know the story, I'm really excited to get into this. And the other prompt that really led me to picking this book was the prompt to read a genre that you want to read more of, which I do want to get a lot more into YA, so that fits perfectly. The third prompt that this fits is starting with the word The Hate You Give fits perfectly. And the 4th prompt is the color of the cover. So this prompt was based off of your birthstone. You had to pick a book with the cover that is the same color as your birthstone. I was born in June. That means my birthstone is a pearl. And this is white, like a beautiful pearl. And I love this cover, by the way. It's so impactful. Like, you just see the like stark contrast and the sign. It's like, it is gorgeous, and I'm so excited to get into this book. The next book that I'm reading for the Reading Rush is a thriller, of course. What else would you expect from me? And it's by one of my favorite authors of all time. I've been scouring the earth for any last bit of material that Lisa Jewell has written because I absolutely love her. And I haven't heard anyone talk about this book, The Third Wife by Lisa Jewell, so I'm super excited to get into it. She's tiny, I can probably knock her out in a day. And the prompts that this book fits, I'm actually doubling up for this one as well, is to read a book set in another continent. So obviously Lisa Jewell's books are all set in the UK, so that would be Europe. I live in North America, so different continent than me. And also to read a book fully outside your house. So this is a tiny little book. I figure I could withstand the Texas heat for this length of a book, and I will probably read this out on my balcony. We just got some new patio furniture, so it should be a comfy little nice time. And the last book on my Reading Rush TBR is for the prompt to read the first book you touch, and you can interpret that any way that you will. I interpreted that as closing my eyes and feeling along my shelf and just stopping. I literally ran my finger back and forth and stopped. And the book that I chose, I don't know. I found it at Goodwill. It's in an upcoming haul if it's not already up. And excuse you, sir, this was going to be my big reveal. It is The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier. I think this is one of her early books written in the like early 2000s or something. So maybe this will give me all of the early 2000s creepy slasher thriller vibes. I'm excited for her. I don't have any expectations really. I have no idea what this is supposed to be about, but I guess we will see when I start reading. So the book that I'm going to start with is The Third Wife. Ooh, that was a weird way to hold the book. Is The Third Wife by Lisa Jewell. And that is because it's kind of an overcast, cool day. So I want to do my reading outside challenge while it is as cool as possible. So I'm going to head outside and read this book. But before I do, let me give you a little bit of background as to what this is about. So basically we are following this guy named Adrian, and he is on his third wife, as you can tell by the title of the book. But other than his two previous failed marriages, he has a seemingly perfect life. He's an architect, the fake job that like nobody has, but seemingly everyone in books and movies has. Kind of weird, but yeah, he's an architect, he has a perfect life, perfect children, and a perfect third wife, until she's hit by a bus. Was it a suicide? Was she pushed? Was it a tragic accident? We don't know, and Adrian doesn't either, and he's trying to find out. Sounds great to me, and I'm ready to get started. Good morning. So I realized I never actually updated you guys yesterday about The Third Wife. So I was reading outside until it was started like getting rainy and gross, and it's gonna be rainy and gross again today, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this book outside. Don't tell on me. Don't tell anyone. I'm kind of cheating. Only read half the book outside. My bad. But I'm really enjoying this. Who's surprised? I love every single Lisa Jewell book I've ever read. I don't know. There's something about her writing style and the characters that she writes and the setting. Like, I love British thrillers. I don't know why. Things set in the UK that are like dramatic and scary and murderous, that is my favorite kind of book to read. I don't know why. It's odd. I've never been to the UK. That is like my dream. Oh my god, if I could go to London, I think I would probably cry every single day when I woke up and I just looked outside and I'm like, damn, that's really London. Like, that's really her. Anyway, I'm not in London. I'm just thinking about it because this book is so good. So basically what is happening right now is there's like this weird woman who shows up after Maya, the third wife's death, and she's like popping up in like all these places, and they're finding they're finding out more and more about her, the family, and she's like popping into like everyone's lives, and people are like, is this girl like somehow connected to Maya's death? And the husband is definitely suspecting her and kind of like setting a trap to get her and question her. But we're also finding out a little bit more about the family and the twisted dynamics, which I love the way Lisa Jewell writes about twisted families and their weird, inappropriate, horrible dynamics. I think that is so interesting to read about. Maybe that's just my therapist tendencies, trying to pick apart these people's lives and how they could improve their lives and how much they need therapy. But yeah, I really enjoy this book. I'm not surprised. This is a great little refresher to start out the reading rush. I know I'm gonna fly through it and finish it definitely today. So when I do, I will update you with my final thoughts. Actually, I think I am about to go outside and finish reading this book because number one, I don't want to cheat. I'm not a cheater on this reading rush challenge prompt thing, but also my balcony overlooks the pool, and they have these little like fountains in the pool, and they go like and they just like splash really nicely, and it's like a really soothing sound to just like sit out there and listen to the like of like the falling water. I don't know, that is so weird, but yeah. Okay, bye. I'm gonna finish this book. Okay guys, I have just come inside. I finished The Third Wife, and I did read the entire thing on my balcony, so I didn't even cheat. Yay for me. Let me go ahead and tell you all about this book. I feel like I need to put you down somewhere. The struggle of vlogging and not wanting to get my tripod out. Great. Okay, so obviously I'm giving this book 5 stars. It's Lisa Jewell. Pretty much an automatic 5-star. That is a completely biased rating, and I need you to know that. I don't know if everybody would love this book, but if you love crazy family dynamics and like a mystery, a mysterious death, and you know, all of the things that go along with that, then you would definitely enjoy this. That is exactly the kind of book that I like to read. So it was great. It was a fun, quick little family drama, and I love her. I'm so sad I'm running out of Lisa Jewell books to read. I've almost read, I think I have read all of them, all of her thrillers, with this being the last one. I really wouldn't call this a thriller though. It was more of a mysterious family drama, but I'm fine with that because I love that. And yeah, I don't really have an interest in reading any of her like early 2000s romances. Maybe I should read them just for a fun reading vlog. Could be terrible, could be good. Don't know. Let me know if you would want to see that. But I think next up, I'm going to start The Hate U Give. I do have class here in like an hour, so I gotta do my class, and then I'll start The Hate U Give and let you know my thoughts about that. So if you didn't know what The Hate U Give is about, first of all, you should read it, and you should definitely watch the movie because I've heard it's an amazing book, and I love the movie, but it's about this girl named Star who has kind of like a poor background, I guess. She's not living in the greatest area, but her parents are trying to kind of improve her situation by sending her to the more affluent school in her district, or maybe it's a private school. I'm not really sure. I watched the movie a long time ago, but basically she's caught between these two worlds when she goes home and she's dealing with like the streets and her friends at home like dealing drugs and struggling to make ends meet and having to help their parents to even support the family. And then her world at school, which is very like preppy Star, and she experiences a lot of microaggressions from the white kids at her school who do not understand her dual situation. So she's dealing with these two worlds and the bad and the good that come with both of them. And she experiences a tragedy. She witnesses one of her friends get shot by a police officer, and then she goes through this whole transformation, realization. She gets involved with activism. So I think this is going to be a really great story to read, especially right now, and it's probably gonna make me cry. The movie made me cry, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Even though it is YA and that makes me a little bit nervous, I've just heard so many good things. I don't think I could possibly not like this book. So yeah, after my class, I will get started on this one, and I will let you know what I think. Hello and good morning. It is Reading Rush Day 3? Yeah, Day 3. Okay, good morning. I've been doing things all day in my pajamas. Literally, I grabbed my laptop and I was sitting in bed. I just woke up and I started working on things, and now it's like 10:30. So, trying to get the motivation to go to the gym. Don't think it's gonna happen. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I saw a video in my recommended that was a Hamilton dance workout. So I might just like move everything out of my living room and do that for my workout today. But that's my plan for right now. I'm gonna do my workout, and then I'm gonna go lay by the pool and read, and then I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna actually be productive. No, I've actually had a productive morning, but that is my plan for right now. And before that, I want to give you guys a quick update on The Hate You Give. So I am about 150 pages in, and I'm absolutely loving it. I was so worried about the teenage voice because that can take me out of a story really easily. It's why I don't read YA often. But something about the way Angie Thomas is writing this and the way Star's character is written, her like voice, I don't know, I just connect with it. I feel like she's very genuine and honest, and she's so open about like the different stars that she has to be in different situations, and she just approaches everything with such an openness. It's heartwarming, honestly, even though she's dealing with some horrible things, like living in a low-income area, experiencing racism, experiencing police brutality. Like, these are horrible, heavy topics that this 16-year-old is dealing with, and she approaches it with such like grace and openness, and like, I don't know, it's beautiful. And I just really like her personality. So I think this is a really character-driven story, and I really like that. Also, obviously, like the social commentary for this time, it's very relevant, so I'm enjoying kind of just thinking about that. But the one thing that I don't like is that the main, like, bitch character in the story is named Hailey, and I'm like, she really out here making all Haileys look bad. But that's fine. The author just picked like a white bitch name, and I guess I have that, so it's fine. I'm willing to forgive it. I just like, every time I read about Hailey, I'm like, oof, that ain't me, girl. I don't know. She's given Hailey's a bad name. But other than that, I'm really enjoying this. And yeah, I can't wait to do my little workout, lay out by the pool, and read this some more. So yay, I will update you after I do that. Okay, safe to say, I might have underestimated the Hamilton dance workout. I'm gonna link that down below, because if you like Hamilton and you like working out, it was really fun. It was like dancing, but ooh, I'm sweaty, I'm red, and I'm ready to jump in the pool. Yay, time to read. Hello. So I got in from the pool, did class, made dinner, had a couple glasses of wine, and now I'm ready to update you. Sorry you missed out on a lot of my day, but I just got really busy after I came inside from laying out, so that's the way the cookie has crumbled. But I'm about 100 pages away from being done with The Hate You Give, and I am really super loving it, guys. So let me set you down and I'll give you some thoughts. So I really am enjoying the like middle to late part of the story where Star is like finding her own identity, and it's less about like what's going on in her neighborhood and in her world, and she's really like looking inward at herself and like reconciling between her two identities. I think that like kind of discussion is really interesting, and I just overall really like her character and all the characters, honestly. Okay, what is going on with my hair? Literally, what is going on? Okay, I'm just gonna stop messing with it because it's just getting worse. But anyway, I love all of these characters. I love that they're like funny and like bantery in the face of such serious and dark topics like racism, gun violence, gangs, drug dealing. Like these are like really big, meaty topics, but sometimes they'll be discussing them. Boba, the jingling. Thanks. Sometimes they'll be discussing them and just like banter about it and like make a joke about it, and I'm like, y'all are such a cool family. And it's like almost, it is sad that they're so desensitized to these issues that they can like be light about it, but at the same time it like brings a levity to the conversation that, I don't know, it makes it seem less intimidating, I guess. A couple of the scenes that were the most enjoyable to me were Star's interview that she did on TV. I cried at that part. It was very, very touching and like heart-wrenching. Like, oh my god, just hearing her like description, and not only that, but like seeing her stand up for herself and like claim her voice. It was like, my heart, I love her so much. And then also the fight scene when she clocks Hailey in the face, I was like, yes, like screaming from the sidelines. Also, I think every white person needs to read at least just that scene, if not this whole book, because Hailey's character, dude, I hate saying like Hailey's character, like, it's not me, I'm not that, get it away. Every white person knows another white person who is like her, and it's not like overt racism, but it's still racist, like the things that she's doing. And I don't know, I just think it sheds light on the things that a lot of people don't call out or are hesitant to call out, and it's racist, so you gotta do it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that scene, like seeing her get clocked. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the whole book, and I'm super excited to read these last 100 pages, get to the ending, and let you know my final rating and my final thoughts. Spoiler alert, I think it's gonna be 5 stars. Okay, I'm gonna go drink more wine now and probably not read for a little bit. Good morning. It is the next day. I actually didn't get any reading done yesterday. After my last update, I just honestly wanted to lay on the couch with Cameron and drink wine and eat ice cream because I was having really bad cramps and I was just like being pitiful. So that's all I wanted to do. But I actually got up today and finished The Hate U Give. 5 stars, no question. I mean, I cannot believe this is Angie Thomas's debut novel. This was an amazing debut. And all I have to say about the book is go read it. The ending was so powerful. Star's character arc was like adorable. I just love her. The way that she comes to accept herself, I just wanted to hug her. Like, oh my gosh. And when she's admitting like her shame around where she comes from and how she has to change herself for other people and how she like reconciles that, it's like, it's very touching, and the whole story was very impactful, and I just recommend everyone to read this book. I'm so upset that I've had this sitting on my shelves for so long and I didn't pick it up because it was YA, and I was scared that the hype was wrong, but I should know by now to trust the hype because y'all never steer me wrong. Well, not never, but y'all usually don't steer me wrong with the hype. So I'm so happy we got a 5-star read out of the Reading Rush. Actually, 2. We got 2 5-star reads out of the Reading Rush so far. Look at us go. And now I'm gonna pick up The Butcher, which also starts with the and was the first thing that I picked up. So here we go. Also, I think I'm gonna read this one outside too. I have an industrial fan going on right now to dry out the hole that was in my wall because of a burst pipe. So I have to turn that back on after I'm done filming this clip. I will show you how loud it is. It is absolutely deafening. So to escape that, I'm gonna go read on my balcony. So wow, another 3 challenge book right here. We're doing amazing. Happy reading rush. Okay, so there's all the damage. I'm just gonna turn on this fan so you can see how absolutely deafening it is and why I'm going to read outside immediately. This is on low, by the way. Yeah, no, we're not doing this. Goodbye. We're going outdoors. I cannot be in here. Nope, goodbye. Okay, hello. The fan is gone, but the puppy noises are still present, as you can hear. But I am 100 pages into The Butcher, and I realized I never told you guys what this is even about. So let me set you down and I will give you a little bit of the premise. So basically what this book is about is this old man was a police chief and he caught serial killers, and he caught a really prolific serial killer called The Butcher, and he's kind of coming to terms with the fact that he's an old man and his career's done, and he's moving into an old folks home and giving his big beautiful house to his grandson. So his grandson moves in and he finds some kind of evidence or like something that has to do with a previous case that he worked, maybe like the really prolific one, because like why else would any other evidence be in his house, because that case was like really important to him. So he starts investigating his grandfather's possible involvement in that case of the butcher. And yeah, so we're following the perspective of the grandfather and of the grandson, and then also the grandson's girlfriend, who believes that her mother was actually killed by the butcher. So it's all of that wrapped around this mysterious butcher, and we're trying to figure out who he is and figure out what's going on with this evidence. So yeah, so far it's really good. It's really intriguing. I hate the grandson and the grandfather, but I think you're supposed to. Like, I don't think they're written to be likable characters. Obviously my favorite perspective is Samantha, who is the girlfriend. I really like her personality and just how her chapters are written. The grandpa's chapters, every time I read them, I'm like, I hate this man, but it's like so disgusting, and like he's just very sexist and like horrible that I just like want to keep reading. It's like hate reading. Like, I don't know if you guys like hate watch things on YouTube just because you don't like it. This is like hate reading when I read those chapters. And then the grandson, he doesn't really bother me. Like, I understand where he's coming from, but he's like very annoying. Like, he's just an annoying character, but I think he's supposed to be, like I said, not likable. So I understand that, and I don't really have a problem with it other than the fact that it's a tiny bit annoying. But yeah, overall, I'm really liking this. It's not like a masterpiece. I'm not blown away right now. There's no reveals that have happened that I didn't see coming, but it's giving me like 90s slasher vibes, and I like it. Also, if you like Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, I think you would like this. It's not as graphic and it's not as like thrilling and twisty, because I don't think anything can ever touch that book. That is my favorite thriller of all time, and just the most amazing thriller that I've ever read. Maybe tied with Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. But if you like Pretty Girls, I think you will like this. It is similar in the way that there is like a serial killer mystery and you're following people directly involved with the investigation and have like family ties to the investigation, so it's very important to them. And yeah, it's just been reminding me of Pretty Girls as I'm reading it, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe there will be some more twists that I don't see coming, and maybe it'll be another 5-star. Wouldn't that be amazing if all of my Reading Rush picks were 5-star reads? That would be phenomenal. Here's hoping. Okay, hello. It is the next day, and wow, this is the first time this whole video I've actually, done my hair, did my makeup, put on an actual outfit, so congrats to me. But I'm just gonna tell you my final thoughts about The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier. Guys, I literally, all of my Reading Rush books got 5 stars. Can you believe? I stayed up until like 2 in the morning finishing this book. I read it in 2 sittings because it was just such an addictive thriller. Like, I just had to keep reading. So let me set you down and I will give you my full thoughts. Please ignore my unmade bed because it's just not gonna happen today. Every time I make my bed, the dogs mess it up, so what's even the point of making it in the first place, Also, thoughts on a headband. I'm not a headband gal, so we're just testing the waters. Let me know what you think. But yeah, The Butcher, literally 5 stars. Okay, so I was thinking that this was gonna be really predictable because I literally predicted like one of the big reveals in the beginning in the haul when I hauled this and I read the back of the book. So there's that, but I feel like it was intentionally predictable, so you thought like, oh, I have this all figured out, no problem, Jennifer, but actually like it came out of left field. Like, there were absolute surprising twists. Like, I did not see half of these twists coming. Sorry if you can hear the rain, there's a literal storm outside, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love the way that Jennifer Hillier writes certain characters to be like intentionally like not liked. Like, they're intended to be hate reading kind of characters, if you know what I mean. I just like that. I don't know why, but she does do the weird thing in this book, and I think I talked about this in my wrap-up when I read Little Secrets last month, but she does this thing when she's writing dialogue where it's like 2 women having a conversation, and then instead of saying like Caroline said something to Mary and Mary responded this, she'll be like, Caroline said this, the other woman responded, and it's like, I don't know, that's just weird to me. That like kind of phrasing is so odd. Like, the worker responded with this. I'm like, okay, I get it, you don't want to say the names over and over and over because that can get like repetitive and annoying, but also, can we come up with something more creative than the other woman? Like, I don't know, it just sounds like the other woman, I don't know, I just don't like that. But I think that's just kind of one of the things about Jennifer Hillier's writing, so I'm gonna have to get over it because I'm starting to really enjoy her thrillers a lot. I think I'm gonna pick up A Jar of Hearts, her latest novel, I think, or is that Little Secrets? Not sure, but that is her most recent one that I haven't read. So I'm definitely gonna pick that up at some point. Hopefully they can have it at Half Price Books because, that's my addiction. So yeah, that is it for the Reading Rush. I cannot believe all of my books for my Reading Rush TBR ended up being 5 stars. Like, that is ridiculous. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to be participating next year. And yeah, you'll get to hear more about everything else that I've been reading in my wrap-up in a few days. And until then, y'all have a great rest of your July. That is crazy. It is almost August, which means it's almost the fall semester, which means I'm just gonna cry. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.